Welcome to How to Run Profitable Retreats podcast, the podcast that guides you not to only host retreats that thrive financially, but also transform people's lives. I'm your host, Leni Cavazos, and each week I bring you the best strategies and personal insights to help you create retreat experiences that transform lives, both your clients and your own. In our journey together, we'll dive into the secrets behind successful retreats, from crafting a unique atmosphere to mastering the logistics that ensure profitability. Whether you're tuning in for inspiring interviews with leading retreat experts or seeking actionable advice in our solo episodes, this podcast is your go-to resource for turning your retreat visions into reality. Don't miss out on any of our episodes and subscribe now. For more tools and a free guide on creating your own six-figure retreat business, visit theretreatplanner.com. Now let's get started and make your retreat dreams come true. All right, welcome everyone to another episode of How to Run Profitable Retreats. And I am so excited to actually have Amber here with me. And let me tell you a little bit about herself very quickly, and she'll go deeper into this. But she is the Costa Rica jungle mama, empowering multi-passionate visionaries to think bigger, embody their next level, and build a movement. And she actually also teaches how to run retreats. She sells out retreats. So I am so happy to have her here for us to have a conversation about how this happened, where did it go, and how you can actually increase your visibility in a way that really makes a lot of sense for your business when you're hosting transformational retreats. Thank you so much for being here, Amber.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited for the conversation today.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how did you get into Costa Rica? I love Costa Rica, by the way.
Yeah, wild and crazy, but 8.5 years ago, I sold everything I owned to move to Costa Rica to lead retreats. I wanted to be a surf bum leading yoga retreats and living the life of Pura Vida, and never thought that I would be someone teaching people how to lead retreats. But when you leave all of your marketing like in person to live in the jungles of Costa Rica, you realize, oh, I need to get more visible. If I want to start to sell retreats, people have to know who I am and what I do. And that led me into the online coaching space, which really opened up my mind for the amount of visibility that one can have and the amplification of one's ability to impact and make big change in the world. And being here in Costa Rica, it's like amazing that we have this tool online. Like, I'm not sure where you're at, or those of you that are listening where you're located, but the fact that I can be in Costa Rica and you can be where you are, and that this online world can allow us to grow big brands, build big companies, and deepen our connection to so many people around the world has been such a gift. And yeah, moving to Costa Rica 8.5 years ago, I was quote unquote just a yoga teacher, a retreat facilitator, and the evolution of deep desire to make a big difference in the world led me to becoming an online coach, that led me becoming an online retreat coach, that led me into helping people build 6-7 figure online businesses. And I still so firmly believe in online as well as in person. I think in person is such a way to grow deeper. And honestly, like, Zoom cannot replace the online space, like the in-person space, like no if and buts about it.
Oh my God. Yes, you're speaking my language. Like, I love online because of the connections, right? Like, there's people that I work with, they're in Australia, right? It's like, isn't that crazy? It's like across the world. Like, I haven't even been there myself. And I'm, by the way, for everyone listening, I am in Mexico. So we're not so far away from each other. And it's so important, like, right? Like, the connection that online creates for us is great, but there is no exchange for in person. Like, it's like AI will never replace being a human.
Never.
Like, caring for someone, like, it can make it similar, but it's never going to be the same, right? And that's why I'm so passionate about retreats and bringing people who are also super passionate about retreats into this space, because then we can just create more awareness and grow more people who want to host retreats to do it in a way that is like profitable, that it's easy, right? That it doesn't feel like it's 6 months or 3 months or 10 months or 18 months of like hustling to get people to sign up, right? So really kind of bringing that energy of like, yes, this can be actually a whole business structure or a great add-on into your business. So thank you so much again for being here. So tell us a little bit about like your retreat journey, right? Like in Costa Rica, like, come on, paradise, awesome. And starting hosting retreats, and what were like the key learnings that you had, and what are the things that people can take away if they're thinking or considering becoming a retreat creator?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first retreat that I hosted, I booked in at Danyasa Yoga Retreat Center, and I had no idea where the people were going to come from. I knew nothing about online marketing. I knew nothing about marketing. I was just like, I'm going to host a retreat. And I went into it like, I'm going to do this, even though I didn't know how. And I think that's a key piece of like, you don't need to know how, you need to know what you want to do and then go after it. But I had finished doing a yoga teacher training, and it was October 31st of 2018, I believe it was. And I had 0 people signed up, and my retreat was December 1st through 6th, 2018. And it was like, I have 1 month, 0 people signed up. I'm thousands of dollars in. What am I going to do? And what I had been doing is emailing tons of companies online, asking them to market my retreat for me, and I would give them a percentage of anyone that signed up through them. And so I got responses from almost basically nobody. And I did this till 2 a.m., just emailing literally any person, any business that I could think of in the USA. And I got literally no one. But what I was doing on the side was also marketing on Instagram, on social media, sending to my tiny little email list, I think of 100 people at the time. And I honestly don't even know how it happened, but in that month, I signed on 6 people. Like literally they fell from the sky. Like some company found me and like paid for 2 people to come to my retreat, like sponsored them. I don't even know how it happened.
I can't hear you, Amber. Something happened.
It doesn't have to be challenging. Like the meditation that I teach in my sold out retreat meeting courses, like getting into the frequency of being embodied. Like I know this is going to happen, but I don't know how. And so many people give up like the last month or 2 months before. And my first retreat is the evidence that like people will fall from the sky if you hold the vision all the way until the very end. And nervous system regulation is important. So that's why I created the sold out retreat mini courses, because after leading 8 retreats, I've done it in Bali, Morocco, India, like all over the world. I realized that the one thing that allowed me to really start to sell out my retreats was not waiting till the very end, but was building relationships without the intention of selling them into a retreat. I was literally just getting to know more people and talk about who I was and what I do, which is why I think it's so. If you're in the service-based industry, you start to focus on building relationships and growing your brand. Who are you? What do you do? And who you serve? And I used to launch my retreats in this way of like, these are the details. It's in Costa Rica, come. But like it being in Costa Rica is not enough for people to come. These dates or this luxurious location, that's not enough. It's why should they come to your retreat? What's in it for me? What are they going to get out of it? Because retreats are the hardest thing to sell. It's the hardest thing to sell because not only are they investing their time and energy into coming, but they're investing their bank account as well. And that means if they have kids or they have other obligations, like they're saying no. And so my journey in the first retreat of finding out that it was possible, I went on to lead 3 more retreats after that. And I still believe so firmly in affiliate marketing, because that one retreat brought me those same people back to the next retreat, which is why client retention is so important, and making sure that you not only focus on selling out a retreat, but you make sure that the retreat that you create changes their life. So it's not like just this one vacation that they go on, but it's like they're a different human being when they go back home. And then they tell their friends about it and they come back, and then their friends come back with them. And it's the ripple effect. It's like, wow, I went on this retreat. I'm not the same person. Who wants to come? And people notice when their friend or their mom or their client comes back and they're a different person. Like, what just happened to you? It's like, I went on this retreat. And so I really learned in the beginning how important not just selling spots at a retreat is, but making sure that you're holding incredible space for them during the retreat. And also the integration of like going back home. I mean, those of you here listening know you go on a retreat and you come home and you're like, how do I go back into that, like out of that bubble that I was just in with all these incredible humans that I was just around? And like, how do I come back? And so for me, from the very beginning, my business has been how to live your life embodied in the work that you do. And so how to help them be embodied even when they go back home and take what they learn. And that's how I really understood that selling a retreat is so much more than the details. And it's so much more than the location. It's so much more than the pricing or the early bird, but it's actually like, what is in it for me? What's the value that I hold? And once I tapped into creating these retreats in that way and marketing in that way, I was able to start selling out my retreats because I focused on building relationships and then letting those relationships know who I was, what I do. And then other people would market my retreat for me. And like when I go to launch a retreat, it's already almost sold out because of other people talking about it. So building brand awareness, but also building a really strong reputation. And like this retreat experience is so much more than going on a vacation. And that's why it's a high ticket investment, is because of the person that you return home as and how other people see you when you get back home.
I love it. You're speaking my language. Like my background is actually like loyalty marketing. I was in the team that launched Marriott Bonvoy, the loyalty program for Middle East and Africa. So like loyalty marketing is my jam. Retention is like what I love. It's a huge thing. And I like to throw some numbers out there for the people listening. Like loyal customers spend 67% more than non-loyal customers. FYI. So if you think about it, right, like someone who's like has already purchased something from you are 10 times more likely to buy again from you. So if you think about it in that space, you're like, well, if I give the people, I'm already hosting this retreat, maybe, this is not something that I advise, but maybe your first retreat is not even making as much profit as you wanted to. But if you really focus on the real important thing, that is not the money, that is the transformation that is happening inside of the retreat, and you transform people's lives, I can assure you they're going to go tell their friends, their family, and then they're going to be your best PR team.
Yeah. And we so focus in business on getting more visible, going viral, more people, rather than what you just said. It's so much easier to sell the community that we have if we focus on client experience and client results rather than more. It's like, that's why small communities that are really intentional around the depth and the connection have so much more success. That's why retreats that focus on building community and connection and experience are able to sell out each of their next retreats, is because of you have 6 people come, their life changes, and those 6 people go out and talk about you. Now it's not just you building your brand and your brand awareness, but it's those 6 people that they're going out and they're I call them butterfly wings, as they're bringing you clients and you don't even have to do anything about it. And it amplifies the impact that you get to have at your retreat and afterwards.
Yeah. And I think you touched on something very important, that is like the integration after the retreat. Like, how do I go back to my life after this massive change? Like, really, like I've been to so many retreats myself. I did like 6 months of like back-to-back retreats. Every weekend I was on a retreat. Okay. So I'm a little bit like, yeah, I am the person who might be like a retreat junkie a little bit. So I do retreats all the time because I love them. They have changed my life so much. Like I started this work because of a retreat that changed my life completely. And then they barely broke even. And I was like, this is not possible. I have to help people change this, because how is it possible that these amazing women who just changed my life are not going to ever do this again. I would not be able to tell other people that they should come and do this work for themselves because it's so powerful. And I couldn't. And then I also went and interviewed like over 100 retreat leaders to figure out what was going on in the market. See, so I tend to go a little bit crazy, but it's just the way I am, and I absolutely love it. I owe it in a way, like it's not in that space. But I think like after so many retreats, I want to, like, it's very common for people not to offer a space for integration, even just a Zoom call 2 weeks later to check in and see how are you doing. Or even like having like my retreats the last day, it's all about learning how to integrate it into your day-to-day life. It's about small tricks. Like if you want to, like, I remember I went to this meditation retreat with my amazing friend, like Juan Lucas Martin. He's an amazing meditation teacher, and the like 700 people in his retreats, right? Like big. And the whole thing was like, you have to wake up in the morning and meditate for 2 hours every day. And I was like, okay, so for 3 weeks, I woke up at 4 a.m. by myself. I did my meditation. And then I realized I was so grumpy, right? So that was not for me, right? So I was like, how can I actually build a meditation practice? And you start with 5 minutes, and then 6 minutes, and then 7 minutes, and you find a meditation that works for you. Maybe it's a tea ceremony. Maybe it's drinking cacao in the morning. Maybe your meditation is washing the dishes, right? Like it doesn't need to be specifically the picture that you see of a monk just sitting there in stillness. Like make your life a meditation, right? So anyway, from that space, like if you don't learn how to integrate it into your day-to-day life, all these changes, actually it can be worse than actually attending the retreat, like not attending the retreat, because you can, like, people get a little bit lost especially when you do deep transformation. So it's so important, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you just go back to like the way life was before, it's like, why not just go on a vacation? And I think the hardest part about it is like being surrounded by people that want to change their life, everyone being guided, right? That's the magic of going on a retreat. You don't think about like cooking or doing the dishes or where you need to go or where you need to be. Someone's there like curating everything for you. And it gives you the ability to create space in your mind to connect to your creative intuition, any experience that you're holding in your body. It gives you the ability to really dive deep into the depth of your heart, your soul, your body, and deeper connection. But then when you go back home, you have to do the dishes and think about the food and think about the schedule and all your other obligations. That it's like, how can I do both of those? And it's, bite-sized pieces. For some of us that are more entrepreneurs where we don't have a 9 to 5, we get to build our schedules. But sometimes those that are coming on our retreats, they do have a day-to-day schedule. So it's like, how can we integrate those two different realities? And it is like, I used to give this practice, give yourself the gift of 10. Everyone has 10 minutes. And if you can give yourself those 10 minutes, you have the ability to respond to your life rather than react to your life. And having like breakout rooms where you let your, retreat guests create connection. And that's what I bring to mine, is like, I have the ability to connect incredible people. And then when they go back home, they have their person to reach out to and talk about and integrate their reality. So it's like, best friends are created at retreats so that when they go back into their separate homes, they're just a text message or Facebook call away. And that allows them to integrate their different realities back into reliving the retreat experience and reminding each other when they get off track. And I think integration is as simple as making it one of the things you talk about in a workshop on your last day, or making it a Zoom call reconnection, or saying, hey, grab a number from your bestie that you created here and reach out to them at least once a week. And if they haven't reached out to you, reach out to them. And have, like, I always have Facebook group connections where they can go back and forth in a message chat. And it's important because we want them to create change in their lives, not just during the retreat, but to actually integrate it into their lives so it is something that they never forget.
Oh, yes. All right. So tell us a little bit about like your tips that people would love to hear about you. Like, maybe give us some snippets about your like mini course and how like running retreats, so people can get a little bit of excited about it and just be like, I want more.
Yeah, of course. I think when it comes to choosing like your location or what you're going to put on the schedule, the only thing that really matters from the beginning to the end is who are you calling in? Who is the retreat for? And when you think about, I call it your let's get lost on an island tribe, you got to like these people. You're going to
Yeah.
spend a day, a week with them. Like, who are your people and where are they at right now? What do they desire? What are they experiencing? What are they struggling with? What is the question that they're asking themselves at night? What is the deepest desire of their heart? And really getting clear on how can you create the experience that they're like, I need this and I need this now. I want this and I want this now. And when you can put all the intentionality into where would they like to go? Where do they want to travel to? What type of service are you going to provide? What is it going to happen during that retreat? And so from the beginning of the retreat, you have them in mind so that when you're marketing your retreat, the retreat is the bridge from where they are to where they desire to go. And then when you go to market it, really talking about what they're going to experience, creating like in their mind, letting them feel what is it going to be like a day on the retreat? What are they going to go through? What are they going to wake up through? What kind of activities are you going to go? And how are those activities going to trigger, activate, open, awaken the parts of them that they're desiring to speak to, see, unlock creativity, peace, adventure, travel, entrepreneurship? Like, what is it? That way, when you're marketing it, you're not just marketing. Like, I do teach tons of urgency points that like my clients use them and they get signups right away. But the thing I see missing is that people sell the location, the details when no one cares. If they see the value in the transformation, they are going to buy. If they have plans, they are going to cancel the other plans if they see the value. So when you market a retreat, stop focusing on the location, the dates, and how much it is, because no one cares. They care if it's going to be worth it to them. So how can you talk about, is this worth it? And then the key piece is why you? Why do you matter? People don't like to put it like, so many of the retreat leaders I work with is like, they don't want to make it about them because they're not doing this for them. They're doing it for their people. But if you want to stand out as a retreat leader, it has to be about you. So why are you the person that they should come and learn and connect and grow with? Why your retreat? And why now? If you can answer those questions in your marketing, you're going to sell out faster than ever before because you have what can I give to my people in mind, not what can I get, money, clients, sold out. Like, instead of focusing on what can I get, what can you give? And when you put that into your marketing and in your messaging and you actually embody it, then you are going to get results quicker than ever before. And just one thing, because I love strategy, and it doesn't always matter, because if you get that piece dialed in, then it doesn't matter. People will buy no matter what. But so many retreat leaders create sales pages where the header and the footer and the pop-up and the newsletter come on, and it is killing sales and losing you money. Because if you have your header and your footer and a newsletter pop-up, you are distracting the person from why they clicked on the link from the very beginning. So when you create a sales page, remove the header and the footer and the pop-up right away, and then take this to the sales page. When your dream soulmate client lands on the sales page for your retreat, how do you want them to feel? How can they read the sales page from the top to the bottom? I want this. This is for me. I need this. I need this now. I don't care when it is. I don't care how much it is. I want this, because they see this as the key to where they're going. And when you can embody that and create with that in mind and strategically create a sales page, like, you're never going to have problems with selling out your retreat if you focus on building relationships. Because another question that I get answered all the time is, if I'm new to this, I've never done a retreat before, and I don't have an audience, where would you get started? If you want to be in the service-based industry, whether you're an online coach, in-person events, you need a community. And so when you create a community, think about this as well. What can I give to people so that they know who I am, what I do, how I serve. And when I come up, not necessarily I come up at a conversation, they can say, hey, I know this person on Instagram, or I know this podcast, follow her because she does retreats. So when you can be top of mind because you are creating content online as like who you are, what you do, how you serve, what you give, when you come up at a conversation, people will bring you up, even if they don't know about you yet. Someone is going to be the little butterfly wings talking about you because of how you impacted them. The key is that people are thinking about you even when they're not online. Because if someone needs to be thinking about you only when they're online and the algorithm changes, you disappear from their mind forever. But if you create so much value that they go looking for you in the search bar, you'll never have that problem again. And that comes from how much they get when they come into your space.
I love it. Oh my gosh, you brought so many important pieces here. So yes, for everyone listening, remember this piece of the website. I know it's very strategic, but people should not be able to go anywhere else. Like I do audits for like retreat websites a bunch for like people in my membership and people inside of my programs. And so often I see people linking the profile of the other facilitators that are coming into the retreat that they're being hired maybe to teach the yoga class and to their websites. And I'm like, no, why are you sending people towards someone else's like page? They're gonna get lost. Like I keep saying this and I won't stop saying it. Like attention span for people now, it's 9 seconds. It's lower than goldfish. Goldfish have 12 seconds of attention span. If you don't grab them in the moment and they want to stay there and you give them so many options on where to go else, they already have enough options. Like maybe the kids are doing something, maybe someone knocks on the door, whatever. They already have so many ways on how to get themselves out of your sales page. And then you give them a bunch more. The reality is that if you were like wiring your website to actually see like up to where people like scroll down, it would be like they would not get to the juicy part, right? And also people putting features on top rather than the benefits. Just like, oh, these are all the things that are included. Like, who cares? Honestly, like my retreat, Healing Your Throat Chakra for Visibility and Success, that is happening in October. Like people know like what is going to happen in there. They don't know when. And it's not important. It's not relevant because actually the curation of the program is done in a way that you don't know. So you can actually release control. So you can actually allow all this healing to happen. Like it gets you a little bit by surprise, but you will know that you will be held, that you'll be safe, that nothing will happen to you. So you can surrender into the process, right? So if I give you an itinerary, it kind of like takes away the whole purpose of going into a place where you don't have to worry about at what time is breakfast or at what time is which activity or how many minutes the meditation is supposed to last or anything else. Because you're there for the transformation. You're not there for the features. Yes, it's a beautiful house. It's a luxury retreat because that's how I do things. But it's not the important piece. We could be staying in huts in the beach and still it will be as powerful. Just a nice add-on, right? So yeah, I really like everything that you said and really talking about like really sharing who you are. I think we tend to assume that people already know who we are and what we do. And that if we told someone once that we are hosting a retreat, they will remember forever. And we fall into the trap of like, oh, if I show up so much and talk about myself, am I in an ego space? Right? Am I not being helpful to others or blah, 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 that story. But we do need to be visible. We do need to allow people to see us, and we need to see it from a place of service rather than us hassling someone else or spamming them. That's kind of what happens when you don't have a community in a way and you have not created real relationship with people, and then suddenly you're like spamming everyone about your retreat. It feels icky. So changing the mindset, swapping the idea that you're selling to I'm doing a service by offering this, and if it's the right person, my marketing is clear enough that they will know if it's for them or not. And if it's not for them, let them not come. It's okay. It's okay if they say no. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like, if you're not the right ideal person and retreat for them, let them find the one that it is for them. But make sure that you are calling the people who is right for your retreat. Anyway. We could talk about this forever and ever and ever and ever. But I really feel that you gave so many important things when it comes to like how to run a retreat and how to do the marketing piece, or like really this space where you put yourself out there. And for anyone who listened to this episode, please go take notes, like go think about your story. Like, what is my story and how am I guiding people through this process? Like, how can I help them cross that bridge? Like, in which point are they and where do they want to go? Like, what is the thing that is really missing into that space? And you will find out that then people are flooding into your retreats and they're so excited to come because it just feels right. It feels like it's the perfect match. It's like so many times I get messages like, this feels like it's been made especially for me. That's what we want people to feel. Like, did you curate this especially for me? Everything you thought about, right?
Yeah, and I think it's important that when you look at that, not everyone can think that. And so when your marketing and your messaging is so good, is like, did you write that post for me? Did you create that retreat for me? I feel like you were speaking directly to me. It's like, that can only be for your let's get lost on an island tribe. It cannot be for everyone. And what you said about like creating consistent content, like someone needs to be able to binge 7 hours of content with you. Someone needs to see your retreat at least 11 times before they buy. So if you're not creating consistent content, and that doesn't mean just selling, it means that you have a sales strategy, like you know exactly how you're selling. But in addition to the sales funnel strategy that you have, you're creating content that is giving value. You need to be giving value. And that doesn't mean like 3 steps to da-da-da. It means giving value through telling your story, through your client stories, through your retreat stories, and really letting your human come through, because ChatGPT can create a sales page for you. They can create content for you, but that's not going to connect a human to a human. And that's like something that you spoke to that's so important, is like ChatGPT is never going to replace human connection, and no one can replace your unique story. And the more that you let yourself really be seen, and what I say to my clients, like get more visible, I don't mean post more. I mean, let people feel your heart and let them feel your embodiment of the retreat that you created, because that literally is a magnet. And when you create that magnetism, the right people will come. And if people start unfollowing you or they don't sign up for your retreat, that's a good thing, because that means you just need to get louder for the people that want what you have. They just haven't seen it enough.
I love this, Amber. This is such a great information for people to know. And like, I so totally agree with you in this space. Like, it's okay. Like I tell people, like, you don't like need to be actually everyone's cup of tea. What if you choose to be champagne or kombucha for some people, right? But what if you choose to be something different? Like, it's okay not everyone loves what you're doing, that not everyone is rushing to sign up with you. That means you're just waiting for those right people who are the ones who are really going to benefit the most out of coming to your retreat. And you just need to make sure that they hear you, right? So thank you so much for this. All right, Amber. So how can people find you? Like, what's the best way to connect with you and figure out all your amazing offerings? Because just so you know, Amber does not just do retreats. She teaches so many other things. She's amazing. So definitely go check her out. Where is the best place for people to find you?
Yeah, multi-passionate.
Multi-passionate.
So If you're listening to this and something like just connected to your heart, you heard something that's valuable, be sure to take a screenshot of this and tag us on social media. I always joke that I didn't create an online business from the jungle to not create deeper connections. And yeah, I just love to hear from you. And yeah, find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Amber Hagberg. I literally teach how to grow your Instagram from 0 to 40K months. I teach you how to go from 6 people to 18 people sold out retreats. And I also share behind the scenes of what it means to be a mother and an entrepreneur who is multi-passionate, who has over 5,000 people in different programs and courses, so that you can build your own community, bringing your magic, bringing your gifts. And yeah, Instagram is the place. If you love podcasts, soon we'll have Leni on as well, Amplified Impact. And yeah, excited to connect with those listening.
Amazing. Thank you so much for everyone listening to this episode. And thank you, Amber, for your energy, for being here, and for sharing your wisdom with all of us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, what a great episode. If you like our podcast, How to Run Profitable Retreats, leave us a review and share it with a friend.